looking for possession. You know, you said you're the Israelites, my people, you call them something else. You know, you crucified him. The Lord is coming back to recompense. You know, to get his revenge, his vengeance.
This the wine press the brother was talking about. It's Isaiah 63:3. I have trodden down the wine press alone.
Right. You know what? I'm sorry. Go to one. Might as well.
What?
Yeah. Because who was the main people in that wine press is going to tell you. Go ahead, bro.
Isaiah 63:1.
Yep.
Who is this that comes from Edom with dyed garments from Basra?
Now, when you read in Revelation, I think it's 19, it says he has has a vesture dipped in blood. It's figurative, meaning he's going to be doing a lot of killing.
Right.
He's going to be casting forth judgment. This is why his vesture is dipped in blood. Go ahead.
This that is glorious in his apparel, traveling in the greatness of his strength. I that speak in the righteousness, mighty to save.
And who is it that can save and forgive sins? You already know the answer. The Savior, Yahweh Shai. Go ahead.
Wherefore art thou red in thine apparel?
Why are your clothes so bloody? You look like somebody that's been in the wine press.
And thy garments like him that treadeth in the wine fat.
Why your clothes look like you've been in the wine press stepping on grapes? Because if you got a long garment on, you get into a vat of grapes and you stomping them, that juice gonna be coming all up on your garments, getting everywhere. So it symbolizes the mighty judgment in which he's gonna bring upon the earth. All the bloodshed that he's gonna oversee and also inflict. You know, he'll be zapping people, as we always say. We might as well just segue into that. Go ahead,
I have trodden down the wine press alone.
right.
And of the people there was none with me.
I have tried the wine press alone, and of all the nations, none of them was with me. Because when you read in the Apocrypha, it talks about the war in heaven, a part of it. And you know what? Go to Revelation 19. It says, I've tried the wine press alone, of the people there was none with me, because all the nations gonna come together. The beasts and the kings of the earth gathered together against him that sat in his chariot and against his army. As it's gonna say there. You can't get to it. I know your hand might be closed.
We're going to start at 11.
I just want to get to the point. It might be a little further down.
On the white horse.
Yeah, get down. Might be around 19, 19.
And that's on the beach.
That's it, right there.
Revelation 19, verse 19.
Right, now of the people there was none with me. Go ahead.
It says, and I saw the beast and the kings of the earth.
The beast and the kings of the earth. Who is the beast? You know, NATO, the EU, America, Babylon the Great. The great red dragon. Why is it red? Because number one, the Roman Empire, right? You know, the revived Roman Empire. And the man of sin, right? Which sin is like a scarlet color, you know. And number three, Esau, the great red, you know, that red being. Okay? Esau, the so-called white man. The first came out red all over like a hairy garment. They called his name Esau.
And I saw the beast of the kings of the earth.
And the kings of the earth, the other nations that are not Israelites, because Israelites don't have a military. The other nations that's a part of the UN, these African nations, these Hamites, the Hamites, the Ishmaelites, all their nations, everybody that's in World War III is going to try to fight the Savior at his second coming.
Yep, because all them different presidents of the other nations, they're liking the kings.
They puppet, right. They're puppet leaders.
It says, and their armies gathered together to make war against him.
Now, you know what? I'm sorry. Read that again.
Okay.
The beast.
Yeah. And I saw the beast and the kings of the earth.
The beast and the kings of the earth. And what?
And their armies.
And their armies.
And their armies gathered together to make war against him that sat on the horse.
Right.
And against his army.
Now, who's sitting on the horse? Who's that in the great white chariot? Because it says a horse, but it also says a cloud, and it also says chariot. So who is this sitting on the horse? This is the Savior. Which horse symbolizes power. Go ahead, bro.
It says, and the beast was taken, and with him the false prophet that wrought miracles before him, with which he deceived them that had received the mark of the beast.
Right. And everybody that got deceived to take the mark of the beast, you right along with them. Because everybody hate the Savior. They don't want him to come back and settle the righteous kingdom on the earth.
Right.
Go ahead, bro.
And them that worship his image.
Yep.
These both were cast alive into a lake of fire burning with brimstone.
Right. It was all burned up by the nuclear missiles, all together, and also from the fire exhibited from the chariot.
Right. Because when John seen his vision, when this place is getting nuked, and if he was looking down, you would see a place, it would look like a lake of fire, because that's how much burning you would see. Okay?
And and they're not gonna be so much as cast into it, it's just left here and melted.
Yeah.
You know, the elect is gonna be taken up into the chariots, which the elect come from the house of Israel, and everybody else gonna get melted with the nuclear missiles in the lake of fire. You know?
And the remnant were slain with the sword of him that sat upon the horse,
Everybody that don't get hit with the missiles, the chariots gonna get you.
which sword proceeded out of his mouth, and all the fowls were filled with their flesh.
Everything that's left behind, the birds are gonna devour. Right. Now go verse 14 to 14.
It's Revelation 14, verse 14.
Wine press.
And I looked, and behold, a white cloud.
Right.
And upon the cloud, one sat like unto the Son of Man.
Here it's called a white cloud. It's also called a white horse, right? You read in Exodus, it's talking about a great mountain that he graved and he flew up upon it.
Having on his head a golden crown, and in his hand a sharp sickle.
The sickle represents like him chopping the wheat, taking up the wheat into the chariot, right? And the tares get burned. It's representing the great sickle, thrusting our sickle. Go ahead, bro.
And another angel came out of the temple crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe.
Now let me show you where that's coming from, the harvest, right? Because it's in Matthew 13. So the Savior comes at this time, this is Matthew 13, and verse 37, he answered and said unto them, he that soweth the good seed is the Son of Man, the field is the world, the good seed are the children of the kingdom, but the tares are the children of the wicked one. The enemy that sowed them is the devil, the harvest is the end of the world. So the Savior's coming back at the end of the world. That field is the world, right? Which the Israelites are scattered throughout the whole world. When we read in Matthew 24, when the Savior comes back and takes up the elect, he's going over the whole earth. Then we read in Jeremiah 25, he's going to be going from nation to nation, bringing judgment. That's what he's going to be doing, bringing forth judgment and saving the elect at the same time. The elect which come from the house of Israel.
Revelation 14 and 15. And another angel came out of the temple crying with a loud voice to him that sat on the cloud, thrust in thy sickle and reap, for the time is come for thee to reap, for the harvest of the earth is ripe.
Right, so when the Savior comes the first time, or not the first time, this first thing that it's speaking of, when he swings that sickle, what do you do when you go into a wheat field and you take the sickle, you chop up the wheat, you take all the good stuff. That's when the elect go up into the chariot, right? And then you're going to see the second part. Go ahead, bro.
And he that sat on the cloud thrust his sickle on the earth,
Right.
and the earth was reaped.
And the elect went up into the chariot. Go ahead.
And another angel came out of the temple which is in heaven, he also having a sharp sickle. And another angel came out from the altar, which had the power over fire.
Right, which had the power over fire. What's going to happen with that fire? They're going to burn portions of that field, which Israel is, the world is the field is the world, as it says in Matthew 13. The field is the world, so all those that don't get taken up into the chariots, particularly in America, Babylon the Great, is going to get completely burned and annihilated.
Right.
And the wheat going up into the barn.
And he cried with a loud cry to him that sat, had the sharp sickle, saying, thrust in thy sharp sickle,
That's right.
and gather the clusters of the vine of the earth.
Gather the clusters of the vine of the earth. Number one, the grapes of gall, Esau. They're going to get stomped out in the wine press. They ain't going to get taken up into the chariot, up into the barns. They're going to get stomped out.
For her grapes are fully ripe.
Right.
And the angel thrust in his sickle into the earth, and gathered the vine of the earth, and cast it into the great winepress of the wrath of Yahweh.
That's right. So the great winepress of the wrath of the Most High. You know? Yeah, it is, man. I'm getting now. I want to read real quick. Joel 3 in verse 13. It says, "Put ye in the sickle, for the harvest is ripe. Come, get you down, for the press is full. The fats overflow, for their wickedness is great. Multitudes in the valley of decision, for the day of the Lord is near." In the valley of decision, so over in the Middle East, that's also part of the wine press. Savior's gonna be destroying all the armies. Everybody over there in the Middle East fighting, they're gonna all get destroyed. Over here on this side of the world and all over the earth, the Savior's gonna be taking up the elect and at the same time destroying, conquering and destroying. Now to finish off on Matthew 13 and Matthew 13 and verse 40, it says, as therefore the tares are gathered and burned in the fire, so shall it be in the end of this world. The Son of Man shall send forth his angels, and they shall gather out of his kingdom and all things that offend and them which do iniquity. You see? And shall cast them into a furnace of fire. There shall be wailing and gnashing of teeth. So that's the same event being spoken of, all in different ways. The wine press, the great with the wheat and the tares, you know, that's the field. You know, the field is getting burned and the tares are being taken up. I mean, the wheat is being taken up and the tares in the field are being burned. You know, y'all want to add something?
I got it. Matthew 25, verse 31, it says, when the Son of Man shall come in his glory, and with the holy and all the holy angels with him,
That's right.
then shall he sit upon the throne of his glory.
Yeah.
And before him shall be gathered all nations, and he shall separate them one from another,
That's right.
as a shepherd divideth his sheep from the goats.
Right, it's the same event. When he come in the chariots, he gonna be separating the nation then how? Taking up Israel and leaving the others behind.
Go ahead, bro.
And he shall set the sheep on his right hand, but the goats on his left.
Right, left hand side symbolizing the unrighteous or evil. The righteous, or the right hand side represents the righteousness, which is the Israelites, it's the children of the kingdom.
Right. Yep. The sheep, yep, like you said, the sheep represent Israel.
Yep.
Because it came to say what the lost sheep of the house of Israel. And you goats is the other nation.
That's right. Namely the Edomites, but also the other nations. And also, let me say this, spiritually, you wicked Israelites, you spiritually are goats,
Yeah.
which are really sheep, but you're lost. You know, you're wicked, rather, not lost, because we all lost. We're the lost sheep of the house of Israel. You know, but now we woke up to the truth, so we're trying to come up. We're trying to be of the righteousness of the Most High. You know.
It says, then shall the king say to them on his right hand, come, ye blessed of my Father, inherit the kingdom prepared for you from the foundation of the world. Because the kingdom was already prepared for us, man. You know, we're just waiting for it to physically manifest. Okay. Because what the Lord say, the kingdom of heaven is within you. Okay, talking to who? Israel. Crazy.
I believe it's Matthew 17. Matthew 17, verse. I got something. This is Revelation 18, verse 20. Rejoice over her, thou heaven, and ye holy apostles and prophets, for the Most High hath avenged you on her. So at the time when the Satan takes us up into the chariots, he's going to also be avenging us on Babylon the Great, mainly, but also on all the nations. Because it said what? We read the scriptures earlier. The Lord has a controversy with the nations. And that controversy is going to be settled because they're going to all get judged. Got it?
Luke 17, verse 20, it says, and when he was demanded of the Pharisees when the kingdom of the Most High should come, he answered them and said, the kingdom of the Most High cometh not with observation. Neither shall they say, lo here or lo there, for behold, the kingdom of the Most High is within you. See? The kingdom is within us, man. Okay, starting with us spiritually getting ready, knowing the wisdom and knowledge and understanding of the scriptures, right? Coming back into who we are.
My blood moving my feet.
Yeah. But it's for Israel, man.
That's right.
Even when the apostles, the apostles, the disciples was asking, they said, Lord, when shall you restore the kingdom of heaven?
I was thinking about that.
You know?
Acts 1.
Acts 1.
I'll read it. I'll read it. This is Acts 1. And we'll start at verse 4. It says, and being assembled together with them, commanded them that they should not depart from Jerusalem, but wait for the promise of the Father, which saith he, ye have heard of me. For John truly baptized with water, but ye shall be baptized with the Holy Spirit not many days hence. When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel?
Oh, yeah, right, yeah, right. Sloppy, you know?
When they therefore were come together, they asked of him, saying, Lord, wilt thou at this time restore again the kingdom to Israel.
Right, will you restore the kingdom to Israel? Okay, they knew the kingdom before them. They was waiting on the kingdom, because they thought the kingdom was going to come at that time.